This week's Piltch Point with Avram Piltch, proudly powered by Monster products. The headphones on my head right now, the Monster Elements, available in over-ear like I'm wearing, and on-ear in case the full cup is not your style. You can also get in-ear and sports headphones, plus a whole array of speakers, from the tiny hotshot to the giant Monster Blaster, and of course all the cables to connect these products and all of the rest of your computer and home entertainment system by going to f5live.tv/monster. And of course, that music means that it is time for the Piltch Point with online editorial director of Laptop Magazine and Tom's Guide, Avram Piltch. Avram!
Hey!
Hey!
What a week.
Yes. Yes,
and
indeed.
to think the summer is going by so fast, and we're going to have another winter soon. Well, I guess you won't, but I'm in Florida. But
I have word is that winter's going to be on a Thursday this year.
I mean, last year we didn't have much of one, so I know we're going to get it this year.
Gotcha.
You just keep waiting for it to drop. But meanwhile, while we're in the middle of the summer, there's a lot of people getting ready to go to college, either for the first time or coming back. And there's a lot of tech things that you need in college these days.
For sure.
Now, not to date myself too much, but when I was in college, not everyone had their own computer. I did, but not everybody did. There were some kids who would go to like the computer lab to do it, and others, I swear, there were some snooty kids I knew who were like, computer, I don't need that. I do everything on a typewriter. You couldn't make it through freshman year like that now. So we've come up with a list of my colleague Lewis and Luis Ramirez and I have come up with this list. Actually, he mainly came up with it, and I edited it. Of things that you need, for back to school to go to college. So, one thing that you need is a backpack. Obviously, everybody knows that. But why not get a backpack that charges your stuff while it's in it? So, one that we really like is the Tilt Energy Pro Power Bag. Now, this is a little bit on the pricey side. There's like a $99 one that has a lesser battery, and then there's the $150 one that has the 20,000 milliamp hour battery.
Wow. That
is going to give you a lot of juice. It also has a USB Type-C port, so we haven't tested this, but we believe that it may actually be good enough to charge a laptop that has a Type-C charging.
Okay.
That will take USB power delivery. It will certainly charge your phone and your tablet many times over. The battery is built right into the bag, so makes it real easy for you to charge your stuff. The second thing that we think everyone needs is a mouse. Actually, we talked about low price mice last week, so
yes.
This is a repeat, I guess. But our favorite productivity mouse is still the Logitech M510. Because it has these lovely side buttons and it feels great in your hand, and that's about $20, so very affordable to everyone. If you're looking for a laptop for college, and I didn't jump on that right away because that's the number one thing you would expect us to talk about
right
at Laptop Mag. We have a complete page of the best college laptops, and we have them by major. However, if you're a liberal arts major or you just haven't decided, which is probably the same thing, then a good overall choice is the Asus ZenBook UX330 UA, because it's relatively inexpensive at $699. It's very light, 2.7 pounds, and it comes with all the things that and it has about 10 hours of battery life, and it has all the things that you would really want in a lightweight laptop, including a 1080p display, Core i5 processor, and a 256 gig SSD. So good performance, good price, good battery life, very light. Now, in those cases where you're in school and you still need to print, you still can't just email stuff to your teacher, or you have to scan something, you might want to have a printer. We like the Canon TS6020 all-in-one. That's $134, and it gives you great inkjet printing and scans. We also recommend that you get an external battery, that you get an external monitor for when you're at your desk. And we have on our list an HP Pavilion 22 CWA, which is $90 for a 1080p laptop. So you could get two of those and not be too inconvenienced.
A 1080p monitor, right?
Yes.
Not a laptop.
1080p. I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay.
1080p
Just want to make sure
Yes.
that's not a whole lot of money for a 1080p laptop.
It's still also not a whole lot of money for a 1080p monitor,
Yeah.
but it is more impressive if it were a laptop. But yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. The HP 22 CWA is a 1080p monitor
And
to go with your laptop when you're at your desk.
And I can vouch for HP monitors. We have most of our office is powered by HP monitors. I am looking at several of them where I'm sitting right now, including the laptop on the desk. Most of my screens are HP if they're not Microsoft.
I mean, to be fair, it's not unique to HP. We just simply recommend that's a good example of a inexpensive monitor.
Sure.
Because these days you can get a monitor for around $100 at 1080p. That one seems pretty nice.
One of our users in the Periscope chat room just said HP is the best. So it seems like the chat room seems to agree that HP is a good choice. So
good.
You've got backing from the chat room.
Good. I mean, I think that model is good. There are many great Dell monitors out there as well.
True.
And monitors from other companies. I guess I would just stress to people, try and get something that's you like the stand of.
Yeah.
So that it takes up it's adjustable in the way you want it to, or the height that you want it to. I mean, for the $100 ones, you're not going to get incredible color quality. You'll get okay. Obviously, if you want to spend $150 or $200, you'll do better. But ultimately, I guess the message here is you want to set up a good situation for school where you have everyone's going to buy a laptop for school. I don't need to tell people to do that. Like, we need to tell them which, but you need a laptop to make it in college today, period. The question is, what do you do when you're at your dorm to fill out your tech toolbox, and what do you do when you're at class to fill out your tech toolbox? So when you're in your dorm, you want to try and create the best desktop scenario that you can for doing your work, just like those of us in business do. That means having one or two monitors better, having a keyboard that you attach, like a mechanical keyboard, having a good mouse, having a printer if you need to print out, and then having a docking station to dock all that stuff, and of course having the tools that when you go out, you can easily charge your stuff, take notes, do what you need to do, so you stay productive and move to the head of the class. So we have a lot of more recommendations than I just gave you. If you go to the homepage of laptopmag.com, you will see our back to school tech article, and check it out for all of our recommendations.
Fantastic. I have personally scrolled through the whole list, and it's definitely a list that anybody headed to college right now needs to check out. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting to the point where the tech stuff you buy is almost as important as the textbooks you buy.
Especially since a lot of the textbooks are starting to be available on digital. So you might be using that technology a lot more than you planned, in which case the external battery and the backpack with the USB-C charger
yeah, no doubt.
are probably even more important.
I mean, you want to be charged. You don't want to be in a scenario where you're out of juice. That's the most important thing. It's the most important thing to me in my business and personal life and technology-wise. And I think probably the most important thing to a lot of students is you don't want to be in class or in the library or wherever it is that you're doing your work, studying, and run out of juice.
Absolutely. One of my phones has a battery case on it. My laptop bag is a power bag, like we talked about, and I carry one of the batteries that we reviewed a couple of years ago with me. So yes, I totally agree. You do not want to be without power.
Nope.
All right. Well, as always, Avram, we appreciate you bringing us what's going on at Laptop and Tom's Guide. And for the Piltch Point, we will see you next week. But obviously, you'll be around for the rest of the show.